All right, from left to right, we have Dale Minschwaner, head coach Pryor Orser, and Brian Muller. Coach, if you could just give us an opening statement.
Well, I thought the game was going to be tough, and obviously we played a very, very good, well-coached basketball team. And I think at this level, there's not much difference in 1-8 seed, and obviously there wasn't. And we were fortunate to win the game, and again, obviously I'm really, really proud of our players for the way they played. We got a little bit of foul trouble, but when you're guarding really, really good players, you're going to have that. And their three guards are just fantastic. And that was a concern of mine, and it was sure true. But I just thought we battled, and we had some guys step up and come off the bench and play well, like Brian Muller here to my left, and I thought Dale was just terrific. I thought he had, the great player that he is. He was just fantastic. So, we battled through Brett's foul trouble, and we got through the game. We're fortunate to win the game. Just really proud of our guys.
All right, with that, we'll open it up to questions.
Brian, I know you played in a couple state championship games in high school in Montana, but would you say safe to say this is the biggest game that you've played in your entire life?
Yeah, I'd say so. This was a huge crowd, but I'm kind of used to it from up there. There's big crowds in Montana. I probably played 5 or 6 games, sold out 3,000 people. So I'm kind of used to the big crowd, but yeah, by far it's the biggest game I've ever played.
When they came back and tied it at 47, and I think a few minutes later it was 54-52, and then your team just kind of shot ahead. Did you say, hey, that was enough, let's get control of this thing right at that time?
Yeah. I mean, our team can go off, score 10 points in a row, get a big lead like that at any moment. It's just if we're playing defense and stopping them, getting stops, we can press the ball up the floor and get easy baskets.
Coach, you want to talk about what Luke Meisch has been bringing to your ball club, especially over the last couple of weeks?
Well, Luke, obviously he is. I like to define our team as a team of weapons, and Luke is one of those. And he's a very, very good foul shooter. He's an above-average rebounder. He's just a weapon out there. He's a multiple position guy, and he was again, I always say this, just like these two guys beside me, they're production guys out of high school, and Luke was a production guy out of high school. And I think you just have the confidence you put him in the game, and we do. And he's just been fantastic. He's obviously redshirted, walked on here, redshirted, just waited his time, and he's just making the most of it right now. And obviously he's a super important part of our success.
Their coach made the point that you made more free throws than they even shot. How do you do that?
Well, we've been doing that all year. We've shot, almost 300 more free throws than all of our opponents all year. We attack the basket, and that's part of our philosophy. We attack the basket. We attack it in the post. We attack it on the perimeter. And, I think if you look at all our stats, we are an attacking team, and we have weapons, and those weapons can get to the foul line. And, again, I think that's just part of what we do. And, our goals, we'd like to shoot between 30 and 40 free throws a game. That's our goal, and we want to attack. And sometimes we get a little bit of a jump shooting contest, and that's really not our game, even though we got some jump shooters like this guy here next to me. But, we really want to get to the basket. And then when we post up, we want to post up physical and have a really strong post up that we can really put pressure on defense.
Dale, 4 years in this gym, you've played in front of some fired up crowds, but it's by far the biggest and most inclement, raucous crowd that I've seen. Just kind of describe what the atmosphere was like, and what it was like getting a chance to play with that, having your home fans behind you.
Well, it was amazing. I'm very glad that the whole community came out, and it's spring break, and we had a huge student section, so I'm just really happy that all our fans came out, and want to thank them too. And I think that helps a lot having home court and a crowd like that. I've never seen it half full, let alone full packed, everybody in there. It was just, I think we fed off that throughout the game. When we started getting on runs, that kind of helped us get going, and they get loud.
Dale, do you guys think much about this idea that you're the top team in the country? Do you talk about that much, or
Not really. I mean, Coach said congratulations maybe once, and then it was like, well, I mean, number one, you have a big target on your back now, and we take every game. It's one game at a time, and I don't think anybody in the team really thinks about rankings. That's it. I mean, number one team could lose any time, and we just want to win tomorrow.
Coach, coming back out tomorrow, you talked a little bit last year, you know, after that Adams State game, just how fatigued you guys were and, you know, not being able to really have any legs underneath you. Having the depth that you guys, you know, have, will that make a big difference going into tomorrow's game as opposed to what it was last year?
Yeah, you know, I think, well, first of all, we have a lot more depth and we have a lot more scoring depth, a lot more weapons. And, you know, last year there was a lot of guys playing 36 to 40 minutes every night. That takes a toll on them. You know, at the end of the year, we were kind of just hanging on a little bit. We were pretty fatigued. This year, we've got good depth, and we've not had a problem with it. I don't expect it to be a problem tomorrow night. I think we're going to have good energy. We'll have a great crowd. We're going to play very, very good. You know, these teams are very good. They're well coached, and you get to this level, you got to bring it. And we're going to have to bring it tomorrow. And again, you know, I mean, you know, we are. We're going to have to dabble into our bench a little more as well. But I got all the confidence in the world in my bench. I can play any one of those guys. And I just tell them, you just play free and easy, you'll make plays. And that's kind of what we do all year.
Dale, you know, senior leader, this is your fourth year. The number one team in the region, get hosted on your home court. What was your mindset coming into the ballgame?
Win, I guess. I did not want to lose this first game on our court. This being my last game, I didn't want that, so kind of took the mentality to be aggressive. I just wanted to make my statement on the game.
2 years ago, you guys were the 8th seed going up against Mankato, the number one. Gave them, you know, a great game. It was like 84-80. Did you kind of you know, look back on that coming into this game and say, hey, it doesn't matter who the team is, you know, anyone can come in and beat us at any time?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to make it to this point, every team is great. Every team in this tournament is going to be really good, and we're going to get everybody's best shot. And so, I mean, it wasn't really in the back of my mind at all, but we know that they're a great team. And, yeah.
Any other questions? All right, thanks, guys.
Great job, guys.